What's going on, ballers and ballettes? xXWooTangBallaXx here, and today I'm going to give you guys some tricks and tips for Battlefield 4 for maybe the up-and-coming amateur, or maybe you're just now getting into Battlefield 4 and you haven't played a lick of Battlefield 3. Now, in Battlefield 3, I played about 400 hours within a good time frame, basically. So, you know, 400 hours. I just got to my 100th hour in Battlefield 4, and I feel like I can give you guys some tips and tricks. So this will kind of be like the noob's guide, if you will. Not saying all of you are noobs, but I've gotten a couple requests for this. So here's number one: practice. This obviously seems something so obvious it's not even funny. Luckily for us in Battlefield 4, unlike in Battlefield 3, they have a test range where you can test out controls, weapons, and aircraft. While in this test range, you can change controls, and pretty much to your own liking. Your sensitivity is a big thing. That's what I noticed. My sensitivity is, I think, at 65. I'm not exactly sure. But do what suits you best. When I first bought Battlefield 4, literally the first 2 hours I had it, I spent at the test range because I wanted to get into the helicopters. I wanted to be able to do something for my team while I'm in a helicopter instead of flying and crashing 12 seconds later, which happens a lot, unfortunately. So, if you're just coming into Battlefield 4, I urge you, buy it, get into the test range, spend some time in there. They've got tanks, helis, aircraft. I mean, there's so much stuff in there that you can get used to using before you even got to go against other opponents. Number two, PTFO. If you don't know what that means, it's play the fucking objective. This isn't your normal first-person shooter. You and your teammates will have to work together for the most part in order to do well in the game. Yeah, you can lone wolf it, sure, it's possible. But if you roll into a squad of 4 or 5 guys that are obviously able to talk to each other, you're going to get steamrolled. By squads that can talk to each other, it's also called communication. That's number 3. If you don't have a headset, get one. Seriously. Being able to talk to your squad mates is way more important than you think. If you and 4 other guys get together and you can all talk and communicate to each other, you can spawn in certain places, back each other up, talk, see, you know, where there might be an enemy. It does really help. It does. So go out, spend. I have a pair of Tritons that I bought for $160. You don't have to go out and buy that expensive a headset. Turtle Beach makes decent headsets. In my case, my first Turtle Beach was broke in 3 months. So to me, it really wasn't worth $100. But like I said, if you're just getting into it and you're not really that serious, I would say go Turtle Beach. If you have the money, go get Astros. Astro A50s. They're wireless. They're top-notch 7.1 Dolby Digital surround sound. It's unbelievable. So get yourself a decent headset and communicate properly, because 9 times out of 10, your squad mates and you will do good. Plus, you can talk a little shit. Understand the situation, and that's number 4. And pick the loadout that fits for the part that you're playing. Now, so far, I'd say 40 of the people that I've run into sit at the back of the map and try and pick off people that are 600 meters away, while their team gets steamrolled. If your team is having an issue with tanks and helis, spawn in with landmines and an AA rocket like the Igla. That will allow you to disable or take out the enemy tank or helicopter. And a lot of people don't realize that, is that some people just run around and get wrecked by helicopters and do their own thing. If I'm getting steamrolled by a tank, you better believe I'm either going to get some C4 or landmines, whatever. I'm going to take it out one way or another. 5, don't camp. Seriously. Nothing pisses me off more than having a camper that camps at an elevator door, like you will see in this game video, and if you do end up getting taken out, you will get teabagged rightfully. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. Really, if you sit there and your team is getting steamrolled, but you're camping an elevator door, that's ridiculous to me. There's no reason for that. 6, try different weapons. Some people are content with using the starting weapons, and forbid me say that it's not right. To me, it's not worth putting all the kills into just the starter weapons. So it's like, you know, you got the decent weapons at the beginning, and they are decent. You know, they're not really too crappy, but you got other guns that become unlocked later on in the game that you'll be able to use. So definitely use what you can. If you feel like you're doing good with a certain weapon, that's fine. But try out different weapons. Don't get me wrong. These guns are meant for starting out player. I say level 15 or lower. Number 7. Don't go rushing into an enemy captured base or flag. Sometimes there are still people spawning there, so don't go by yourself unless you feel like you're up for it. Using a decent headset, like I said earlier, will allow you to sound whore, which I do a lot. If your headset is good enough, you will be able to tell where the footsteps are coming from and expect them. Now, sometimes with Battlefield 4, because the sound mechanics are a little foobar right now, and if you don't know what foobar means, you can Google that. It's a German thing. Sometimes at the beginning of a round, you won't get any sound, and apparently there was a glitch to where at the beginning of a team deathmatch round, you couldn't hear anything through the whole game. Alright, that brings me to number 8. Spawn camping is shitty. Now, I've been on both sides, especially in Op Metro and Battlefield 3, and it's no fun. A lot of the other team that's been getting spawn camped will end up rage quitting, and I've done it before. And if you die and you're on the team that's spawn camping, you'll get switched to the other team. So you end up losing because you're not making it, you know, it's not a very fair game. Now, I understand spawn camp is kind of a lose-lose situation, because if your team is bad enough to get you spawn camped, you do kind of deserve it, but there are ways to get out of it. You just have to try. You really do. Number 9, there is more to Battlefield 4 than your KDR. It's called a win-loss ratio and your team and squad points. There is no reason to have a 4.0 KDR with a 0.20 win-loss ratio. If you get stuck with a crappy squad, like all snipers in different corners of the map, that's a bad sign, and you can change your squad. And if you're feeling perky while a team is getting steamrolled, which, I mean, I've done once or twice, but it doesn't happen very often, you can switch teams. You know, it's not a big deal. And if you end up losing, you probably got more points with the loss than you would have with the win. Spawn on squad mates, number 10. Now, in this video at the end, you will see that I do that, and I actually end up taking out, I believe it's a IFV. And this is important in several different ways. One, it gives you a different place to spawn instead of, you know, say your guy's trying to capture a flag point and it's not going. You can give him backup and see if you start capturing it. That means, you know, there's only one person there. So that really does help. It really does. You know, let's say, you know, one of your squad mates is a one-on-one battle and he's taking some damage and he needs some help. Well, you can get in there and help. I have experienced some really crappy spawn selections due to my own decision, and you can watch the little screen at the bottom where you have selected your squad mate, and it will show you what he sees and what his situation is. You can also pay attention to the spawn in screen, the spawn in screen, and determine whether or not you really want to spawn on him, because that is basically one of the only ways to get out of a spawn trap. One of your squad mates get out around somewhere, and everybody spawn on him. And I have gone far as I'll spawn on a guy and switch squads and let that squad spawn on me. Now, I'm not exactly sure if that's fair, but to me, that's me getting out of a spawn trap. That's more important. So, even though you might meet a very gruesome fate because you're distracting part of the enemy team that's spawn camping, if your team's good enough and they pay attention, they will, you know, realize that, hey, we're going to have just a couple seconds here to push. If we push hard enough, we can get out of the spawn trap and make it a game again. You know, and that means your team has to be really smart, and that doesn't happen a lot. Anyways, so yeah, that's my 10 tips and tricks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like below. If you guys have anything else you want me to do, a different weapon review, a map review, a DLC review. I am not premium at this point because the game does not seem like it's worth it. I know it's kind of crappy, but with all the glitches, game freezings, and well, here's a battle pack, and you know, we just ended the player appreciation month, and I got so many battle packs it's not even funny. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like, a favorite, a share, and I will see you guys on the next one. Like I said, give me something to do. I need something to do. I'm trying to come up with stuff to keep you guys interested, and I really do care about you guys. Also, I want to welcome everybody new to the channel, I know that we had about 4 people subscribe about a week ago, and that was when I had posted my other last video. So you guys have a good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Hoorah!
Yeah! Multi-kill! Last kill? Yeah! I love my gun. Got it. What's up, PTR? I can't. I'll pick you up. Fucking idiot. An idiot is here. Neutralize objective Alpha. I need a mechanic over here. Enemy soldier spotted. Where the fuck are you going? I spotted a hostile tank. We no longer control objective Bravo. Ammo box. I got an M60. Fuck these bitches. Hey. Here, I dropped some ammo for you. Ammo right behind you. These bitches don't know what's coming. I see a red dot sight right down there. I spotted it. Is this the only stairway right here? Objective Bravo neutralized. Objective Bravo. I got a headshot with the M60. Oh.